Welcome back to Two Bikes and a Drone. Today I'm going to do an oil change in this video to show you just how easy it is to do that on a GS. I'm going to be using the BMW oil. Lots of oils out there. You can pick one, whatever you like. Same with the oil filters. I'm not using the BMW brand oil filter. I'm using the High Flow Filtro HF160 because I like that one. And so the oil change is going to be super easy. That's just one part of this 12,000 mile service. The rest is the valve clearance check. I'm going to bring that to the dealer, let them do it. Probably might be able to do it myself, but I need to bring the bike to the dealer, to get them to do a recall on the drive shaft housing where they put a valve underneath it to be able to let any water that might get in there out. So they're gonna have it anyway, so I'm gonna let them do the valve clearance check. And probably the brake fluid change as well. There's some ABS stuff that they have the special equipment to be able to check that and do that kind of stuff. So I'll let them do that too. But the oil change is super easy. The final drive gear oil change is super easy. I'm going to do another video on that. Air filters, not quite so easy, but I think it's worth the video because it's challenging with some of the plastic stuff around the top of the tank there to get out. And I think that's worth the video, so I'll probably do that too. So first things first, let's do this oil change. First thing with the oil change, all you have to do is let's see, get those 5 bolts. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 at the back. Take those screws out. That drops the skid plate and then the bolts right under there. I have spare crush washers for the drain plug that I bought a while back, and use one of those each time just to be on the safe side and get this thing drained. The oil filter couldn't be any easier. I mean, the oil filter is right there. Once you get I've got the engine guards off because of getting the valves checked, at the dealer, like I was saying. And is that some pretty valve covers? I mean, seriously, that's some pretty valve covers. They kept me from getting the engine guards that I really wanted. I wanted the man, I think it's a Canadian or Australian company, Outback something. Really hardcore, good engine guards, and but they won't fit because these are a little bit wider, but they sure are pretty. But anyway, right below there is the oil filters right there. Couldn't be any easier to get to. So hardest part is getting this skid plate off, and that's pretty darn easy. So do this stuff yourself like I'm getting ready to do, and we'll get this thing drained. All right, so these 5 torques are 30 in this case, but who knows, it could be anything for yours. But just take them off, man. Easy peasy. All right, well, now it's time to drain the oil. The drain plug's right here, right in the front. Kind of dirty because I don't wash this bike very often, since it gets dirty so fast because I ride it off-road whenever possible. But anyway, drain plug's right there in the front. Easy to get to. It's a 10 millimeter socket, I guess. I don't remember. I have to look up to see what it's got to be torqued to. And I have some crush washers. Probably could get away with not using a fresh crush washer, but why not use a new one every 6,000 miles. Doesn't look that bad. I'm not seeing feeling any metal fragments in the drain plug. It's got a little magnet here to catch that kind of stuff. I'm not seeing that, so that's a good thing. Get it cleaned up. Fresh crush washer on there. Change the oil filter here in a second. In a minute. This finishes draining. We'll press on. Alright, well, it's drained. Change out our little crush washer, the fresh new one, and get that put back in, and then we'll torque it down to 42 newton meters. Although I suspect that good and tight would be good enough, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I just like using this torque wrench. I don't get an opportunity very often, so I'm gonna use it. Crank it down to 42 newton meters. Got to get this. Where we at? Got to get this thing back in first, so get it up in there. Break out the fancy torque wrench. Torque it down to 42. All right, let's get this thing figured out. I don't use it very often, so 42 newton meters. Okay, all right, 19. We need 42. That's pretty easy, huh? $42 it is, Mr. Newton. Get back over here. Get back under here. No. All right, 42 it is. All right, well, it's oil filter time, and so that the oil won't get all over the pipe, just stick some tin foil under here and hope for the best. Damn, well, I'm looking. There we go. Just need to break it loose a little bit. There we go. Get this on here under here, and in theory, a little bit comes out. Make its way down there without making too much of a mess on my pipes. Keep the mess to somewhat of a minimum. I don't know, some little bit still getting in there. That's all right. All right. Got our oil filter out here. It's kind of nice. They wrap it up nicely, keep it protected. I don't know whether people still do this or not, but I like to pour a little bit of oil in the filter and then coat this filter is already coated, so really it doesn't need any oil on it. Pour a little oil on there and add a little more to what's already on there. Clean it up a little bit, best I can. Still a little bit of dirt around the edge there. I don't have a way of torquing this. I think somewhere I read 11 newton meters or something, but I don't know how you would do that. Hand tight is always good though. Don't need to use the filter wrench. That's good. Good and tight. This is the super easy part. There was nothing difficult about any of this. Unscrews extremely easy. Got all kinds of dirt around there. I should have washed the bike before I did this, huh? I don't want to get any dirt down in the engine. But that comes out very easily. Very handy tool, as long as you know where you put it. I might have to get another one just so I have a backup one. In case I forget where the heck I put it again. So we'll add up to 4 quarts. There's an I don't know what they freaking call it, but I'll show it to you in a minute. And it's on the side of the engine for the level, and no dipstick. No dipstick for this thing. So we'll put some oil in it, start it up, let it settle, and keep checking until I get it at the right level, and I'll show that when I'm done. All right, well, I got 3 quarts put in. Hold a maximum of 4, but I'm gonna put about 3.5 in, and start it up, and then top it off to the perfect level, which I'll show you in a little bit. And I'll just show you right now. So this is before I've started it up, 3.5 quarts or so. It's sitting at the perfect level, right at the top of the red circle there in the middle. Nice and clean. That's going to drop once it fills up the oil filter and stuff, I guess. So, but I'll crank it up and we'll come back and top it off. All right, got the filler cap back on. I love this startup screen. GS, baby. In the first gear. I know, I am servicing it. Got a little reminder there. All right. All right, so you can see it dropped a pretty good bit from the top of the red mark down to the bottom. Even right there, it's within specs. Anywhere inside that red circle is supposed to be good, but of course, you know, get it up closer to the top is the goal. And so I'll add a little bit more, and we'll come back and show you what I got. All right, all 4 quarts. Finished it off. And show you what we got. Perfection, right? Look at that. All right, well that about wraps up the oil change portion of this 12,000 mile service. A few more things to do, and then reset the TFT service interval or whatever for that. People use different equipment for that, and I'll show you what I do for that. So hope you got something out of this, and see you next time.